Hi everyone, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make a little boy and his gaming controller. Starting with flesh coloured Saracino modelling paste, roll out a long sausage and fold it in half. Halfway down each side, roll in a knee. Bend the knee slightly to enhance the shape. Form the legs over a piece of foam so that they dry with the knees lifting up. Roll out some white modelling paste, fairly thin, and then cut a couple of strips from it. Fold each strip over at the top and then cut it to size. Using a little water, attach to the bottom of each leg and this will form the socks. Form the shape of the shoes from 2 pieces of black modelling paste. Hollow out the end of each shoe with the modelling tool. Pinch around the side of the shoes to form a better shape. Now press down a little bit more in the middle of each shoe. Roll out a small piece of white modelling paste, place each shoe on top and then cut around. Attach this to the bottom of each shoe and then create little grooves on the bottom with a knife. With some thinner white modelling paste, cut out a couple of discs. Use a piping nozzle for this. Cut a small section off each one and then secure to the front of each shoe, pressing down and pulling into shape. Use your modelling tool to neaten this up. Cut a thin strip of black paste and attach to the front of the sock. Just trim away the edge. Curl it over slightly and then place it inside the shoe. Roll out some thin blue modelling paste, just check it's long enough and then cut 2 pieces. Make sure each piece is going to fit around each leg and then trim it to size. Secure each piece to the leg, trim down the centre and then trim around each side and tuck under slightly. Neaten up the joints with the Dresden tool. From the blue paste, cut a thinner strip. Cut 2 pieces and attach each one to the bottom of the shorts. Use the Dresden tool to mark several creases into the shorts. Lift the bottom of the shorts slightly just to add a little bit more movement. Form the shape of the body with some green modelling paste. Keep checking to make sure it's in proportion with the legs. And then pinch out the bottom of the body so that this sits nice and snugly on top of the legs. Using the ball tool, just shape out the neckline. Add creases in various places to the side of the body. Secure it in place on the body. Use a lolly stick for support, making sure you push right down into the legs. Add a few more creases and shorten the lolly stick. Roll a cone shape of flesh modelling paste for the neck. Position this by carefully pushing it down the lolly stick and into shape into the top of the body. Trim off any excess. Roll a thin sausage of flesh modelling paste and just make sure it's long enough to make 2 arms. Bend it in half and then cut into 2 separate arms. Roll each elbow halfway down the arm and then roll a wrist. To form the hands, start by cutting a thumb. Trim it slightly to shorten it and then add a further 3 cuts into the front of the hand. Gently soften each finger and thumb and then just bend the fingers over slightly. Secure the arms to the top of the body and then just arrange the hands so they're sitting on the legs. Model the shape of a controller from some black modelling paste. Use a nozzle just to scoop out the centre. Now cut a couple of strips of yellow paste. The paste needs to be quite thin and they need to be quite thin strips. Apply some water around the top of the arms and the base of the neck. Secure the thin strips of yellow paste and then trim neatly at the front and at the back. Roll a ball of flesh coloured modelling paste between your hands. Roll it into a slight egg shape and then start pinching at the back to create the neck area. Keep pinching out the chin slightly and shaping it. Press over the eye area just to flatten that area out and continue around the side. Use a bone tool to create the eye sockets. Press quite deeply and then soften over with your thumb just to soften it out a little. Start forming the shape of the nose by gently pressing along the side with the Dresden tool, being careful not to press deep into the face, and then soften over any area that you've just pressed over. Now shape out the bottom of the nose just by cupping up some of the paste with the Dresden tool and then flattening out the area directly below the nose. Keep adjusting the shape and then keep softening with your fingers. Add more definition to the bottom of the nose using the Dresden tool. And then use a softer tip tool just to finish it off. Form the nostrils just by pressing in very carefully and then pulling out to the side slightly. Create more shape in the face using the softer tool. Add cheeks and then just soften the area underneath the cheeks. To form the mouth, start by cutting a line centrally between the nose and the chin. Scoop the upper lip out using the Dresden tool and then scoop the bottom lip out using the Dresden tool. Just soften the area underneath that bottom lip. Extend the sides of the mouth slightly, just to open it a little bit more. Press a line in the centre just above the mouth and then just shape the lips a little bit more using the back of the Dresden tool. Deepen the eye sockets a little bit more and then place an eyeball using a little bit of white paste into each socket. Now add an iris. You can use a little bit of brown paste. Pressing it down so it doesn't protrude from the eye too much. Ensure both irises are pointed in the same direction. Roll a little thin sausage of flesh paste and add this to the top of the eye to make the eyelid. Smooth down the eyelid onto the face using a soft tool. Cut out 2 pupils using a number 2 nozzle and then attach these onto the irises. Roll out a thin sausage of white modelling paste, then attach this into the mouth just underneath the top lip and trim it so it fits neatly. To make the tongue, model a teardrop shape from some red paste and then insert it into the mouth at an angle. Attach the head onto the lolly stick by very carefully wiggling it down the stick. Roll 2 sausages from dark brown paste for the eyebrows. Attach them using a little tiny bit of water. Start building up the hair by rolling little pieces of the brown paste, keeping them nice and pointed at the end. Attach them onto the head using water to make them stick. For the ears, roll 2 small oval pieces, attach them to the side of the head, shape them with the small ball tool, which will also help them stay in place. For the hat, make a disc from some blue modelling paste and flatten it down a little. Use a little water on the head to make sure it sticks. Attach the disc to the right to the back of the head and then just form it into shape. Flatten another disc and cut out a circle. Cut this circle in half and then reshape slightly if needed to make sure it fits on the top of the hat. Finish off the hair detail by adding some more strands of hair around the ears and around the hat. Roll a small piece of brown paste, add some texturing and then attach it to the base of the hat and the back of the neck. Using a pen with brown edible ink, mark on the freckles on the face. Gently colour the lips with some pink dust. If you make a mistake, you can always use a water brush just to take a little bit of the dust off.